I am the Red Cyclone! Ah!
Let's remix it.
Welcome to another episode of the This Better Ass Real Pod. I'm your host, Merc with the mic. Don't let it happen to you, folks.
Yes.
Don't try to possess the body of your co-host.
Yes.
I am Louis Bean. I'm here with Merc with the mic.
Yes, I'm Merc the mic. I thought I had a doppelganger. I was like, oh shit. I have clones.
Oh, I mean, well,
my clone's gonna kill me.
speaking of cool science fiction things that make absolutely no sense, we were talking about figures and collecting and whatnot,
Yes.
and that also happens to tie into the Shell Shock podcast.
Yes. Our debuting podcast.
Yes, which is brand new. Where you and what's his name? This now is it still?
Tenacious T? He's stuck with that name.
Does he take a? Oh, I thought he was gonna take like a different theme name for each.
No,
like
he kept Tenacious T because it was easy.
All right, cool. So you went Tenacious T. You go through just everything Turtles, right? Like
Yeah.
You started. Was it the first movie?
So we started with the first movie, which is the '90s original movie. Which, if you've never seen it, I should kick you and you should go watch it. It's on Netflix now. You can watch it many times. Watch it many times. Actually, Netflix actually got like a few of their movies. It has the TMNT, the CGI movie, and it has Turtles 2.
Oh, cool. All right, not bad.
And
Oh,
sadly, they still have Next Mutation, but we don't talk about that.
yeah, that's
Sadly, we are going to talk about it. but I
even
don't
going
want to.
back. Yes, no bueno.
I don't want to. I really don't. But this is going into Next Mutation. I think it's going to be the dark side. It is the dark part of Ninja Turtles history. It was during the time that it was going to die, and there was not going to be like anything going to help it. And then, thank God we got the 2003 series, because Turtles would have been dead by then.
Yeah, I mean, it just wasn't good.
And it was a lot of years after that they did the 2003 series.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Next Mutation came out around Power Rangers Space, so that was around 99 to 2000.
Yeah, and I mean, it's
3
just
years.
hard. It's just on almost every level is hard to go back to. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you think this many years removed from it, you could see it for what it was, and it's like what it was still bad.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, we did our first review of the first Ninja Turtle movie. We were kind of drunk, so it's crazy. It goes everywhere. There's some silences and shit like that because I had to go get our pizza, which we ate pizza on the cast. So made it all kind of all work together and everything that way.
hate incoming.
Yeah, but I really enjoyed that cast. I think it's going to be a fun little trip down memory lane with Ninja Turtles. There's a lot of things to cover with Ninja Turtles, so I think it's a fun cast to do. I want to go to the original comics. I want to go to all the movies, cartoon series, the shit. I'll even go with the toys and the random fucking items that you could get in the supermarket when you were a kid, like the cookie jar and the fucking shampoo.
Shampoo.
Yeah.
You know what I had also? They had this for The Simpsons as well.
Mm-hmm.
You ever have the gum in a tube?
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Don't ever give it to children.
No.
It's terrible. Just all sugar. It's not really gum, and you can swallow that stuff. That's the bad part.
You know,
because it falls, unlike gum. So
you know what's something that I used to love when I was a kid that Turtles had, and it ended up becoming the Spider-Man cereal as well, was the Ninja Turtle cereal.
really,
So
was it good?
Yeah, it was good. It was kind of like the rice. It's like it was kind of like Trix, but with the rice, the crisp. You know those cereal crisps.
Like waffle crisp? Like
No,
they made
it's called
that?
crisps. It's like a crispy cereal. It's just it's like rice wheat kind of
Oh, it's like
pieces.
it's Kellogg's version of Chex. Yes, I know.
Yeah,
what you're
yeah,
talking
yeah.
Yes.
It's something like that. So it was that kind of looked like a net. For Spider-Man, it's
Yeah.
the web. For them, it was the net, and
Well,
then they
I
had the
had-
marshmallows.
I had that. I had the Spider-Man before. Okay.
So that
Exactly.
cereal was exactly the same as Ninja Turtle. It was the same exact cereal, just with different shapes of the marshmallow.
You know, saying that probably was the same type of cereal as the Mario Brothers and
No.
Zelda. It wasn't.
No, Mario Brothers and the Mario Zelda one was totally different. It was terrible.
Really? I didn't
Yeah.
know. Okay.
So the Mario and Zelda one were like, well Zelda was kind of like King Vitamin, which was again we hate that cereal. Fuck that cereal. And then the Mario one was like blue and red pieces that had like a fruity taste to it, and it wasn't that great. I remember
Okay.
it was like yesterday. That's the reason why I know. I'm like, oh. And it had the divider for both cereals. And I remember the commercial. It was like, Nintendo has a cereal.
Are you supposed to? Were you supposed to mix them together?
No, I think it was supposed to be eaten separately
Okay.
because they were separate boxes. There were like two separate packages inside the box.
Well, that's what I mean. They both came in one box, which was weird already. But
Yeah.
I get that it was copying the show, or at least giving you some type of tie-in,
Yeah,
because that's how the show worked out. It was
Yeah.
the Mario Brothers show that had a Zelda cartoon.
yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
I remember that.
Must have been- Damn.
Yeah, and we don't like fucking anything King Vitamin like. It's like, ugh.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of King Vitamin, man. I'm just
You want to know what cereal was like King Vitamin? The Batman cereal, the Batman '89 cereal. That came with like a piggy bank.
no, I never actually had it. I remember the box because it basically was like the movie logo
Yeah.
slash video game logo. Like,
Mhm.
yeah.
That was pretty much like King Vitamin.
Okay.
Yeah,
Damn.
disgusting.
Ugh. Well, I mean, it's good to hear that at least the turtles escaped that terrible
Yeah.
fate.
Yeah, theirs was better. Theirs
Alright,
was
so-
better.
Well, eventually, that means with all this information, we're probably gonna have to do a top 10 video game related cereals.
Yes, I don't think there's 10, but we could try.
Bill, like I'm sure maybe didn't Donkey Kong get a cereal?
No,
No, he had to. Like,
he was
later
on the cover, but he wasn't. He didn't. It wasn't his cereal.
That's not all right. He got robbed.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah, I can't think of any other. Well, if you count the pops, like the vinyl cereal boxes, because they made cereal which are pretty much just plain Fruit Loops. They just one color Fruit Loops.
yeah, no. He does. There is a Donkey Kong cereal in 1982.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, it does exist. So,
Well,
but
it
there's
exists now.
not a lot. There's not a lot.
No, it's
Yo,
not.
But I mean, if you want to cheat, you can go Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. because Jr. had his own cereal.
Yeah. I think we just had to put like TV with video games.
Yeah. No. Pokemon had a cereal. I remember that.
Yeah.
Kellogg had a Pokemon cereal.
I never tried it.
These are. Pac-Man had a cereal,
I think I remember that one.
and I'm just trying. Yeah. Yeah, that might be it.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a later Super Mario cereal. If I don't know if you've seen the box, it's very recent. It's
I
like
think so. I think I've seen it.
it's as of Odyssey.
Okay.
It has the hat from Odyssey on it.
Okay.
Like with the spoon, this has like amiibo
Okay.
something in the box. So yeah, I mean, there's been a few, but yeah, there's very few. There are yeah, we might not make it. Oh well.
But yeah, our Shell Shock will be on SoundCloud today. I'll put it up before our cast today. So basically, we'll have a cast, 3 casts every week. This month and so. So
Okay.
yeah, definitely get there, listen, watch the first Turtle movie, then go on our cast and listen to what we thought about it. Again, it's my favorite movie of all time. Like, that's one movie I could watch over and over again, and I love it every single time.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty much in that camp
Yeah.
because when we watched it most recently for a podcast we did,
Mm-hmm.
it just reminded me like just how well made it is.
Yeah.
Um, it wasn't a cash grab, and you could really tell that just because of man. It's just like that movie is mostly. I don't think any of those actors are A-list for anything, right?
Sam Rockwell.
That's it. But his part was a bit part.
Yeah,
really.
it was a small part. Nah, not really, because guy that plays Casey Jones. Well, he did his thing. He had a lot of movies, but he's not like really like leading anything.
Like I'm trying to think. If you said the main characters in that movie, could you say that they had a big career other than being in that movie?
April.
I don't. What was she? What else? Okay,
She's in a lot of like TV shows and she was in a lot. She was always like a lot of movies and whatnot. Like afterwards, she just looks completely different.
Gotcha. Okay, but you would think still.
Yeah.
Is it? Would I be wrong saying best known for Ninja Turtles?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
well, for me anyway. I think everyone.
No, but I think you would think most people best known for Ninja Turtles, right?
Yeah. Like Casey Jones. Like he would always be Casey Jones because I could never remember his fucking name.
Yeah.
So and I see him on he's on like Chicago PD.
Yeah. So I mean, like it is. It's interesting how just. I mean, I guess it's because of those independent roots, right? You said it was an independent film.
Yeah.
So I guess you had to get not stars. So, and they knocked it out of the park. So
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. A lot of memorable. I think this movie had like so many memorable scenes, and like to this day, you could quote them all the damn time. And I think it was with everything. Like the pizza dude got 30 seconds. My favorite one is Ninja Kick the damn rabbit, and shit like that. I think it was just a unique movie, and it was just so good, and it has such a fond memory in my childhood that I think I could go back to that and just it's very heartwarming about that movie, and I think that's the reason why it stays connected to me a lot.
Okay, I could definitely vibe with that.
Yeah,
but it's just also nice to know it's not just nostalgia as well. So that's
yeah.
good.
It's just a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a fun movie, and it's a movie that you could laugh at and just enjoy. You can watch it with your kids. You can watch it by yourself. Honestly, I'll say this now: if this movie was made nowadays, it would never happen. Because that whole warehouse scene.
The warehouse scene.
That warehouse scene would never happen in today's age.
You mean with all the kids?
With all the kids smoking and drinking and playing video games and shit.
I think you can pull it off in a certain vibe.
You have to go rated R.
That would be good.
You cannot, you cannot do that because Turtles was PG.
I think that would serve it better than if you made it rated R. You can't. Oh, that'd be awesome.
But if you really think about it, Turtles was PG and having kids smoking and drinking and things like that. Yeah, nowadays people are sensitive.
That wouldn't put you in rated R.
No, anything smoking puts you rated R.
That doesn't have graphic violence though.
No, anything smoking. Like if you have a scene that you're smoking, you have to go rated R now.
Really?
You cannot have smoking in PG-13 movies.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So like RoboCop would never be good. Well, RoboCop was rated R back then though.
That's completely different. But okay.
Yeah, and then the way they treated there was child abuse. Fucking Tatsu fucking beat the shit out of a kid.
Yeah, but that's not talking about like good guys. So you could tell a story of evil people.
Yeah, but never lower your eyes to an enemy.
Yeah, there's a lot more. Trust me, people are sensitive, but there's still fucked up movies. Joker's like a critically acclaimed movie.
It's rated R.
No. I'm saying, but it has to be rated R. Once you take into account the smoking, that's your R rating already. Everything else is again.
Yeah, like just that scene, like of the kids buying cigarettes off the dude and shit like that. I think that scene cannot happen nowadays.
I think the cannot happen is misplaced though.
Yeah, I just think like it won't fit. But then again, it don't fit it either. It's a different style nowadays.
Yeah, but you can't. Like, I think for the sake of telling how fucked up that situation is, like they were basically the Lost Boys.
Yeah.
There was no rules and no law, and the only rule was you just had to be strong enough to fight for the foot. So
and listen to Shredder, or he'll beat the shit out of you.
Yeah. Again, just like within you gotta in the confines of what that movie did and the story it told. It's definitely doable. Yeah, the writing would change, I guess, because of the new rules.
Yeah,
But yeah, you could definitely tell that story today. I think it would be amazing.
yeah,
But it's just you have to get the right people to do
yeah.
it.
And I think that just the '90s style just fits the criteria of the movie.
Yeah, and I think the underground feel of it too.
Yeah.
It being independent and everything, you know.
Yeah. It had the darker tone. It had a lot of the shadows and things like that. And I think that helped it as well.
Well, that was smart. See,
Yeah.
that's not what they do today because it's a movie about ninjas.
Yeah.
So you have to tell it helps tell a better story of what
Yeah.
they do if you put it at night.
Yeah.
Make it dark.
Yeah. But yeah,
You know
amazing movie. Go watch it. One of the things we have on the screen is the foot soldier car that I was telling you about that I used to have. I think I still have it actually, and I love that damn car. The Turtles movie never got a toy line, and that was the big reason why is the fact that it was a violent movie and they didn't suit it for kids.
No, it's PG movie. Parents gotta take you to see it.
Yeah, but it was also they didn't the fact that it was violent and the way it was received as it being violent and had to go independent and all that stuff. That's the reason why they never got a movie one toy line.
Oh, okay.
Movie 2 got the toy line. Movie 1 didn't get it.
Has it gotten a toy line recently though?
Well, I got the NECA figures.
Okay, so at least somebody went back and did the job.
Yeah, and those are fucking beautiful. If you could get your hands on them, I advise if you're gonna buy 4 turtle figures, I say that's one of the best looking toys I ever seen of Ninja Turtles.
Okay, gotcha.
Like even Playmates try to redo the movie ones and they sucked. This one they're fucking like on point with every freaking little detail of the turtle costumes and shit. They were so good, so beautiful.
Okay. They have the original molds?
Yeah, they look like their movies.
No. I'm thinking. I forgot. You said the movie ones. I'm thinking like they had them. For some reason, I'm thinking they're the same ones as the other ones for the other movie. But
No.
I realized they're completely different.
Yeah. I think they're going to do a Turtles 2 movie version. I think Toka Razor is planned, and I think yeah. It's funny because if we're going into the second movie for the next cast, for the next Shell Shock, we're going to part 2. There's a lot of like story about part 2 that was supposed to happen, but the fact that how they try to make it as a cash cow. The second movie was a cash cow. It was to sell toys, to sell all the fucking items, to sell out that concert that they were doing. Part 2 movie was all for that.
So that was made after the success of like this cartoon and stuff. Is
Yeah.
that why they went that direction?
Yeah.
Okay.
So part 2 originally was supposed to have Crane, or start the story of Crane.
Mm-hmm.
So the original idea of part 2, which I will just say on this cast because we were talking about it.
A comic book idea?
So what originally was supposed to happen with the movie, the second movie, the TCRI guy, the guy that they meet with TCRI, he was supposed to be one of the robots with the cranes.
Okay.
So he was supposed to be working for the crane, about with the mutant engine and shit like that. So they were supposed to explain the story, and the part 3 movie was supposed to be the introduction of Crane.
But where did he come from?
The TCRI guy,
No. Where did Crane come from?
he's from Dimension X, and
No. I mean, his origin is. I was asking before. Is he a comic book?
yeah, a comic character. He's a comic
Or
character.
a cartoon property?
He was a comic character.
Okay. So he was. So I mean, that means the cartoon was like pretty accurate then, I guess, huh?
Not.
I don't mean like storyline wise,
No.
of course. I'm talking about like they took characters that were actually there, like.
The movies, like especially the first movie, adapted to the comic book really well.
No. I mean, taking the characters that were in it and not leaving them out. Cause
It was hit and miss.
who's a construct from the book that they brought in, that
Well, Crane was a big character in the comic. I think they made him more of a character down in the current comics than the last couple of years and whatnot. But he was in it. Like the alien part was in it.
Was like Yojimbo a comic character, or was
he was more of a special guest because Kevin Eastman and Peter Litter was a huge fan of Stan Saki, the creator of Usagi Yojimbo. Usagi Yojimbo was a big fan of theirs, so they mix matched their characters a lot.
And then who else is there that was like really big? Metalhead, is that like a cartoon or is that a?
That's from the comic.
Wow, so that's like, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's surprising the level of, that dude was a comic book character.
Yeah.
Okay.
They get it was a big mix of both, because then they also made some random ass characters for the toy lines as well.
But like, there's some pretty deep cuts that are actually comic book characters. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a lot of history in that. So we're gonna go through all that on the Shell Shock. There's a lot of conversations to have and stuff like that. We'll probably get you on and we'll talk about a lot of the stuff as well. So it's going to be a fun cast to keep going with.
Good stuff.
Yeah, moving on.
Make sure you check that out on, what is it, SoundCloud, Mark with the Mic.
Yep.
But also, you can catch it unedited on YouTube.
Yes.
Also, Mark with the Mic.
Yes. So what you got? What else you got?
Well, since we were on the subject of figures and stuff.
Yeah.
I just want to give a shout out to the ThunderCats Ultimates, and apparently this is wave 2 of 4. It says. Yeah. I'm on the website Big Bad Toy Store. It was the first one I saw that had a bunch of like clear pictures for each of them.
Yeah.
And it's basically what they call the Ultimate ThunderCats line.
Yeah.
And it's by Super 7.
Yeah, Super 7's doing some crazy shit.
And I guess they're known for doing like really good, just detailed action figures. Yeah. Yeah, they're still figures, but the quality seems almost like you just want to display them.
Yeah, they're still considered figures, but they're very detailed oriented. They got really big with the Masters of the Universe that they did.
Do they do their own unique style for the lines, or do they do like the wrestling figures that do homage to a line?
No, they did. Like, if you see how the ThunderCats look, they did the exact same with He-Man.
So that means there's really good He-Man. Okay, yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they were doing Master Universe figures for quite some time, and then I think they just lost the license for it. So they're making the last ones. I think this month.
Damn. See, He-Man's another property I don't really know much about other than the first cartoon. I didn't really watch the second one.
Okay.
And then there hasn't been a third one, or has there been a third one?
They had the Cartoon Network one.
That's happening still right now?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It started last year or long ago?
No, Cartoon Network one a long time ago.
No, not the one that like it has there's no current He-Man, right?
There's no current He-Man cartoon.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So Cartoon Network has had the version where they showed the origin of Skeletor, right? The one where they showed acid hit him in the face.
Yes.
So maybe you would know. Has there been only that one in the cartoon? Original?
There's 3.
So what's the other one?
It was Masters of the Universe, which was the original. There was He-Man, The Adventures of He-Man, which is that's when he had the mullet and the rat tail.
I don't.
That's terrible.
What's that from? Please tell me what that's from.
What?
Like where could you see that? Channel 7?
It was on Channel 7, I think.
What? Okay, all right. That's why it's sticking out of my head. All right.
And
I might just take a look at that, because the Cartoon Network show was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I liked it. It had some boring ass episodes, but it was the art was nice. I wish they did more. I wish they kept on going with it.
Yeah, I mean, and I guess that's where it has a similarity with ThunderCats.
I think what helped He-Man, honestly, is the boost in the comics. I think the comics been really well written and has really nice artists on it, and they've been going strong with IDW and DC.
As in, they have a continuing line?
Yeah, they have a comic going on now. Actually, right now they have the ThunderCats He-Man comic going on right now.
Yeah, I wasn't even up on that.
Yeah. But they had a Masters of the Universe comic that was going on. I think DC did it, or if it's not DC, it's IDW, and it's been going strong for quite some time.
Well, all right. So now I'm gonna have to look into that.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but again, they really are sharing similarities with Thundercats, where apparently they're thriving in other mediums that they weren't,
Yeah.
and still can't. Because you saw the last version of the Thundercat show, not the new one,
War.
the last one, and it looked cool as hell, but it just didn't catch on.
Yeah, it didn't have. I think it could have did better with the writing and the storyline. I think honestly, nowadays that if you could really like get a Netflix to really look at your thing and actually give you a good story like Voltron did, I think you could really do something. But now, it depends. You had to have a good story.
So you just reminded me again, because I could mention that Thundercats is kind of having some type of sustained presence with the new cartoon.
Yeah.
But also He-Man will, because Kevin Smith is doing a new He-Man. I forgot about that. So, all right, that's not too bad. But they're doing the Netflix route.
Yeah.
So I think that show's probably going to be hella badass.
I hope so. I really do. Talking about the Thundercats figures, you're talking about the figures going on. Super 7 also released the Master of the Universe movie figures. This is the first time they actually made figures of the movie.
So what you're telling me is that there's a Dolph Lundgren action figure?
Yes.
How accurate is it?
It's pretty good. They look. Super 7 does really detailed stuff, so I give them credit with that. But yeah, I think that's their last line is the Master of the Universe.
That's just something else to hear. Who does that? Damn. Did you ever sit down there and watch that movie after the fact? Because I'm sure if you saw it a long time ago, it might not be fresh in your head. But have you seen it after? That movie's terrifying.
Oh, the Master of the Universe movie?
Skeletor is horrifying.
Yeah. It looks like his face is gonna fall off.
He looks like remember the Indiana Jones when the guy looked at the Ark of the Covenant?
Yeah.
His face looks like that.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Ugh. I mean, that's good for a villain, and it actually looks in line with what they did with the Cartoon Network one.
Yeah.
But like, man, that was not a children's movie. He threw him in a hole and he just disappeared, dude.
Yeah, I sent you the picture of the Super 7 He-Man Master Universe movie figures.
Okay.
They look good.
Yeah, not a great movie, but like good figures. Okay.
Yeah, they look good. It's two Skeletors. One is the Skull King one, and one is a regular Skeletor. But they look nice. Okay. He looks like Dolph Lundgren.
Wow.
But yeah, I think this is their last wave. This and I think a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive they're doing. And that's the last of the Super 7 Master Universe. But they got quite a few other things going on for them. Like Super 7 got the Ninja Turtle license, and they're doing their first 4 of remakes of the Playmate figures. Mm-hmm. I think Raphael's in the beginning. Is Raph, Baxter Stockman, a Foot Soldier, and Splinter in the first 4, which they look like pretty much the Playmates Turtles, just more detailed.
Oh wow, that's terrifying. Oh, that's horrible. Yuck. That one at the bottom with the hook hand. Who's that? The little henchman?
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude is they are oogly.
Yeah, I'll show you the Super 7. Which I honestly, talking about Super 7, I just I just ordered the Justin Thunder Liger. No, that's Storm Collectibles. My fault. That's not Super 7.
But you just reminded me, when I looked up the Thundercats, the New Japan also did Ring Up too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And this is the Turtles ones you're showing me are also the Super 7s, right?
Yeah, Super 7. Yeah. They just they're remakes of the original Playmates figures.
I see it. That's pretty cool.
I might pre-order that Raph though.
I had Splinter. I just realized that I never had any bad guys.
You know Splinter, and everyone has Splinter, and he was always naked.
Yes.
No one kept the robe on him.
It just disappeared.
Yeah.
Damn it! Why is that so true? The cover of this episode should just be a naked Splinter.
All right. That's gonna be the naked Splinter.
Yo, I can't tell you how many friends and just as a kid, how many kids' houses I went to, they had a Splinter and didn't have the robe. Yeah, you're right. And the Turtles never had their belts.
Mine's always had the belt. That's something I never took off.
They never had their weapons, and they always had the pizza, which I found out is a weapon. But we always use it as a pizza.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Damn.
Nick Splinter. I got a picture of Nick Splinter. I actually got a cartoon picture of Nick Splinter.
He became a meme. That's so good.
Because in the 2003 series, he fought like a naked rat.
Oh, that's basically what he was. That's literally how he was.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. He didn't have any modesty. I get you, Splinter.
Yeah, he didn't give a fuck. Splinter balls and all.
Damn, that's terrifying.
A giant fucking naked rat.
Yeah, I mean, well, they all. But you know what makes him so terrifying is that he's not naked. He has foot wraps.
Yeah.
Meaning that. Okay, that's really, really accurate.
That was in the cartoon.
Yeah, I see the logo. Oh man.
Yeah.
Jeez. All right. But anyway, we trailed off the topic, but but I mean, it just kind of just shouting out Super 7 then.
Yeah, Super 7 does a lot of good stuff. It's a little pricey for my range, but there's some I'll pick and choose which ones I like. Like I don't think I will get like the Turtles. I won't get the whole set, but I will probably go for the Turtles.
Definitely, and just to see the accuracy too. To look at, you can see that they went for a specific look and they nailed it. That you can't fault them for.
I will definitely get the Raph. I'm looking at the Splinter, but I never really liked that Splinter in the figure.
I thought it was. Looking back at it, I think it was out of obligation. I might have got it, but it was terrifying.
Yeah. And you're gonna be naked again. No more naked Splinters. Keep the robe on.
You know what it is? Is looking at that thing head on. It's his face and nose.
Yeah.
It's and the white eyes. Don't forget that Splinter figure. His eyes are white.
Yeah.
And at least the cartoon has pupils, so you know he's looking at you.
I don't think he ever looked like I don't even think he looked like the cartoon version of himself either.
So. Cartoon version had pupils.
Yeah, but he had a different face. Like he looked, honestly, he didn't really look like a rat at times. He looked more like a wolf.
That's true. Yeah, especially that one.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. I think the only Splinter figure I have now is the 2012 figure because I think he was one of my favorite characters in that show.
Okay.
He was the best.
Wait,
that was the best friend.
So you would know, Mark? Do the Turtles have a corresponding figure line to every show, or were there shows they skipped out?
No, they had a figure line with every single show. Wow. Even Next Mutation had a figure line.
Wow.
I actually have them.
Is that a record? Like, because by now they had to be like one of the properties with the most like cartoons and also television shows, like just nonstop.
Yeah.
Back to back. Like
there were breaks in between, but yeah, because even the 2012 series, the figures line was long and was big.
Because I want to say, I don't even think like every Spider-Man got a line. I don't think every Batman. Batman cartoon got a line? Did it?
Yeah.
Every Batman line got a cartoon?
Animated series, yeah.
Every cartoon has a corresponding figure line for Batman, right?
For Batman animated series, yes. Batman Beyond had one too.
Real? Oh yeah, I remember that. But I guess we could talk about. Well, this might just end up being a figure talk episode because I got problems with the old DC figures for the cartoon.
I never liked the DC figures; they were stiff.
They were those exact type of figures I didn't really like.
But during that time, that was Kenner making them. So basically, Kenner had their way of making figures, which was the original Star Wars figures as well.
Wow, you're right.
So that's the reason why you probably didn't like them. You didn't like Star Wars, you didn't like those either.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah. But I will say they were extremely accurate because of the simplistic design of the show. You just really nailed it. Yeah. Like every Batman looked like but that was in the era of you could have like regular Batman, Arctic Batman, Fire Batman, sewer Batman, swimming Batman.
Yeah.
This Batman's in the snow, but it's not Arctic Batman. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even lying. I think there were that many The same thing with Spider-Man. He
Yeah.
has some suits that he never used.
Scuba Spider-Man. I'm like, yo.
Spider-Man
too broke to have all those suits.
Yo, yeah, that was Superior Spider-Man,
Yeah.
basically. But I have a Spider-Man figure from a line, and it was like one episode of the cartoon, and they made a figure of it. It's from which one was the one where he was in space that he ended up having Secret Wars?
That was the animated series.
That was spectacular. Like, but didn't it have like a subtitle to that one? I'm trying to remember because he had like a aqua suit,
Okay.
like to fight a certain enemy. I think it was like Hydro Man or something.
Okay.
And I have the toy, and it's Spider-Man's head on this buff ass body.
Yeah.
Where you're supposed to pour water inside the figure, shake it around, but it's weird.
Yeah.
Spider. Oh man, we should. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to like set that aside. Damn, that might be a whole podcast in itself.
Yeah, because figures, especially if we're talking about like childhood figures and shit like that, we could probably. Honestly, I think that's something that we could come up. Like we could do a turtle-based one, because even like turtle-wise, you could spend like a good hour talking about turtle figures because there's so many.
We damn near spend talking an hour about just every figure.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
So we should probably. I think that might be a side thing we should do. Me and you just a fit. Or does
Figure.
does Tommy collect? Did he have figures collected, or he didn't?
He
do that?
collects. He collects the Power Rangers ones now, and he likes the props and shit.
So maybe he could have like an episode for whatever he has. But
Mhm.
like, if you just want to talk individual character, man, dude, I
Yeah.
got figures for days.
Yeah, I love figures. Like it's something that I think I keep on going. I cut down on what I collect, but
Yeah, me too.
I
me
still
too.
get here and there, like the WWE Elites and
It's also that they've turned into such a collector's market
yeah,
that they don't really come. And I'll just put this out there: a lot of the stuff we got as kids were actually quality figures.
yeah,
It's messed up though. Now, you look at the construction of those, like some of the later Toy Biz that eventually became Marvel Legends, and a
Yeah.
lot of people are taking those and making them deluxe figures.
yeah,
Like it's the same construction basically,
yeah,
or even better with the Marvel Legends from the old school.
yeah.
But they'll just sell them to you now for $40-$50. It's
Yeah.
like that kind of puts me on edge of buying a lot of stuff.
Yeah, like now the average like price of a figure, like if you go to the Marvel Legends line, it's like $20 a figure.
Yeah, when it used to be $10, or you could catch them like $7.99. You know what I
But
mean?
you know what they do is that they know like the Marvel Legend line is mainly for now they're mainly for collectors. Like they make them mainly for us to buy, not for kids, because they have their own toy line for kids that they sell and they're a little cheaper, and those are the ones they expect kids to buy. The Marvel Legends they don't expect kids to buy.
I don't like that though. I
Yeah.
like there being choice, but I don't like it aiming it too high because
Yeah,
that's not what they did to us.
yeah,
That's kind of why I don't like it. It's
Yeah.
just like when we were coming up, like you said, the Star Wars was the market,
yeah.
and
I hate those figures.
I will say, even though it had probably the biggest collector market around it at the time,
Yeah,
even the Star Wars toys had a generation appropriate line. So when we were growing up, remember there was Power of the Force that was at least priced appropriately,
yeah,
and you could say 1-to-1 those were the same or better than the old Star Wars figures. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And that's why I'm kind of disappointed,
yeah.
maybe, that they've taken the figures that are the same quality that we had and made them more expensive.
I feel I think it's depending on the company that makes it, because I'll go and like with Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles always kind of had the same price point, maybe a little higher, but not as high as what Marvel Legends is. But their
Yeah.
basic figures were always around $10, and to this day they're still around $10, and they still sell the same quality. They don't make. I think that's one figure line that they make their figures for. Honestly, they aim more for kids, but they know collectors buy them. But they still keep it the same thing. They don't make a separate one for the collectors. That's where Super 7 comes in, and The other NECA comes in and they do those special ones, and those are for the collector wise, and that's more. But if you look at the figures they make, they're way more detailed and way more. Those are ones that you want to stand up in a nice freaking display case and shit. You don't really want to play with.
How dare you? I want to let them breathe.
I want to let, yeah.
Big fed, and I want them to beat the crap out of each other.
But like one thing with Ninja Turtles, like their regular figures has always been there. They always been the same price, and they always been kind of like there. People collect them and people play with them, and those are always been the figures. They never made like special ones for collectors or anything like that. That's where, again, like I said, like Super 7 and stuff like that, they made collector figures. But Playmates never made that. Did that.
Yeah, Playmates never did. But I give them credit because for however much their designs were basic back in the day,
yeah,
the side figures always were experimental.
Yeah.
Like the ones that you used to squeeze their legs and they used to flip out, like another set of armor would come out. I had the Samurai Raphael one.
Yeah.
It was huge. And it was like, the only reason you really paid more was because it was a bigger figure.
Yeah.
So that, in that sense, and it was still aimed at children because it was the one that you squeeze the legs and it does something. That's not like a collector style figure. So I always feel like those figures for Turtles, I would almost even say like Batman and early X-Men, Toy Biz era.
Yeah.
Early Toy Biz era X-Men and Spider-Man. They had the main lines, and then they had the experimental ones that did weird stuff.
Yeah.
But the problem I have with the Toy Biz side of things is that they evolved the main ones to match what they were selling you at the same price point.
Yeah.
So you would get a basic Wolverine, right? But the basic Wolverine that cost you, I don't know, $6.99, $7.99, was in the regular toy section.
Yeah.
Had about what you call the new standard that they made? It was like 20 points or 20 something points.
Yeah. Now it's like 100 some points of accurate like turning and shit. Now, yeah.
See, but when they hit 20, that was a quality that even to my whole beef and the whole reason I'm having this like back and forth is like they will sell you a 20 points figure for $50.
Yeah.
That's my beef.
Yeah.
When we used to get a 20 points as regular figures, those were the regular Toy Biz, and that's like that's what. Remember the Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Brought up the old school one that was like I don't know how many. He was like a 20 something points.
Yeah.
Right. All the ball joints.
Yeah.
And it's just like he wasn't deluxe. That was a regular Spider-Man figure. It was just a different line.
Yeah.
But
now
it was
it's different. Now they label differently.
But now I bet you would probably have to pay $20 for that Spider-Man.
Yeah, because it'll be part of the Marvel Legend ones.
And that's my beef. It's like he was a regular line even back then, and it's just like I don't like that.
Yeah.
That the kids didn't get cool. Like we got cool shit.
Yeah.
Like we were lucky. Like if you collected back then, in the later era of Toy Biz is when they got their stuff together and start putting everything with the same torso. Like you could really look at a lot of those figures and be like, oh, I can spot that torso.
Oh, they still do that shit.
Yeah. No, I don't.
Like, a big example is the fucking the Lightning collection.
Yeah,
like you could tell which ones they were going to do. They're going to do in the future because they made a mold of it. And then you bring it up, and then you gotta take them to task for the elites that do it too. Yeah.
Or in the wrestling figure world.
Oh,
because
yeah.
I only know it because of the podcast.
Yes. Shout outs to Wrestling Figure Podcast. Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. I just got the pins.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I got the Stang. I honestly only wanted the Heath Slater one.
Okay.
But it was like 2 for $10, so I bought both packs, and it was like
that's not bad at all.
Yeah,
and
so I got those
limited in number, right?
Yeah, and I also got just talking about like the pins. I got Usagi Yojimbo pins.
Really?
Yeah, I saw them on the stand. The creator is selling them. I was like, ooh.
Oh, wow.
So I got me 2 pins of Usagi Yojimbo.
Okay.
I love Usagi. Usagi's one of my favorite characters.
Shout out to Usagi Yojimbo.
Yes, he has awesome toys, by the way. Usagi Yojimbo needs a Super 7 figure.
I agree. Doesn't he? He doesn't at all for all the turtle stuff.
I don't
turtle
think he
stuff?
had. Well, he has turtle figures. Like he has the original Playmates one. He has one from 2003. He has one for 2012. He don't have one for the current one. But most of the series, he had a figure. He was just always a standing character because of that. Because Stan was such a big fan of Turtle, so
Yeah,
he always gave him permission.
that link. I see. Even to this day, he's. You know what? And it's not a controversial opinion, but this is something I really think that has been wasted on Turtles for so long. There needs to be a really, really good Turtles game that has Usagi Yojimbo as a player character.
Especially when you do fighting games, man. I would love to see him in the fighting. Like,
I would. My thing for that game is like, yeah, you can do the Arkham style for a more unique story, but my thing is, I would love it for them to get the combat down where you could have a 4-player game.
Yeah, me too.
And have it just so good in detail. But it would be so cool if you could have Casey Jones, Usagi Yojimbo, the neutrinos as like a what do you call it, like an assist or something, or you know what I mean? Like just there's a number of characters who deserve to be in a Turtles game just because they exist.
Like one thing I'll give Platinum Games a little credit. With the Turtle game they made, it was a solid, like the gameplay and how they played, it was solid. I think they could have did a lot more if they had more time to make that game.
Really? Okay.
Because they had a multiplayer thing going for it. You could play 2 players. You couldn't play 4, which would suck, but you could play 2 players, and it was very fast paced, very combo based. I think if they had a start, I think they could have did better with it if they would have had more time with it.
Gotcha. Yeah. I think that's true for a lot of stuff, and that's unfortunate that it wasn't as good as it could have been.
Yeah.
What was the major gripe that you had with that game?
It was very repetitive. Every stage was the same. Not a lot of change. Played just like the Transformer game. So we played the Transformer game, we played the Turtle game. It was the same fucking game.
See what? And I hate to just always task it to the same companies, but if they had another chance, I would like them to make the game as good as a Bayonetta, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, same here.
Somebody to spend all the money. Like Turtles is a cash cow, and they it's long overdue for them to have a AAA game. They haven't.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, well, you could count. You could technically count games of the old school era because of the companies they were made by. You know, the Konami Turtles game.
Yeah.
Technically, for the time, was what we would consider AAA because it's a AAA company making. But I want, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
I really think they deserve that. It's about time.
Yeah.
Spider-Man got it. We never thought there'd be like a AAA, holy shit Spider-Man game. They got it.
Yeah.
Batman got one. Still waiting on the X-Men to get one. But those Legends games are pretty good. But like,
maybe because the fact that Marvel got all their licensing back, they kind of will be more smarter on who they have make the games.
I hope. I mean, if fingers crossed, because Star Wars is showing promise.
Yeah.
With the Fallen Order and whatnot, but like, you know, just these companies need to take these things. Yeah. I just mean specific ones, just because they haven't had any.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That's the only thing that makes me like, it's about time.
Yeah,
like, dude, I love a AAA ThunderCats game or a He-Man game. Like,
shit, I'll take a G.I. Joe game.
Yes, yeah, that's like. Man, you could sell, like, if you give that to EA, they can make that no problem. I swear they could.
Imagine like a G.I. Joe game, kind of like Fortnite in a way, or like a third-person shooting game kind of thing, that you could be Snake Eyes or Duke or Scarlet, and they all have different guns and weapons, and they all play differently. Like, imagine G.I. Joe as a Borderland game.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Don't do that. Oh, that'd be too good.
Yeah, like I could see that. I think Transformers had some great games, and I think if they would have played around with that more and made it like with the War for Cybertron, I think they had a good thing going with that game. That game was really good.
To blame, I think it was Activision for the similar. I think closing that team. That's what it was. I think they did.
Yeah, Deadpool. That was the last game.
That great, and then that was I think it was Deadpool. No, see,
Deadpool was the last game.
No, okay. So I know the third Transformers games did not do as hot as they wanted it to.
So
And
they had two Transformer games that was part of the War of Cybertron. Those were only two. Then they
And
did
look-
the movie games, which sucked.
See, that's the thing. Yes, I remember that. But I do know that when they got to like the last Transformers game they were on, it underperformed, and I think after that, that was it.
Yeah, and that was a good game.
And that's the other thing.
It reviewed really well, and it just didn't sell.
Didn't sell, and then they went straight to. They took them. I heard they closed it, and they put them on Deadpool.
Yeah, it was still High Noon Studios when Deadpool was going, and then during half the creation of that game, that's when they closed down High Noon.
Okay, gotcha. And I think they're still working for them, but like they're not a studio though. Those people.
They probably still there, just not part of High Noon Studios. But yeah, the Transformer games was good. Like the whole Grimlock scene was fucking great in that game.
Yeah, I mean, I would go on record as saying like criminally underrated. Like they get their praise for like that first one for wowing people and making them go, oh my goodness, like somebody made a good Transformers game. And then the second one was just like, oh, this is fun. Like that second one was really fun.
So I have an example for one of the examples, going off subject, but with the Power Ranger stuff.
Okay.
So Power Rangers, they have the Lightning Collection, which
Yes.
is the ones that they actually have superposable and all that shit. They have all the bending and stuff like that. My coworker recently bought me Blaze from Power Ranger. Shout out to Sally Beebs. He's the Drunken Yeti on his Twitch. I'll give him a little shout out to his Twitch channel. Anyway, talking about him, he bought me a Blaze from Beast Morphers, the bad guy from Beast Morphers.
Okay.
And it was one of their kids' toys. It was in their Lightning Collection, because he actually has a Lightning Collection figure as well that's coming out. Anyway, so the Lightning Collection, he could bend everything. And the regular figure, he's stiff. He only can bend his arms up and down, his legs up and down. That's it.
Wow. Is it like?
But the price is different. It's like one is $10, one is $20.
Damn.
Just like I was just thinking about it because I have him in my bag. That's really like, oh shit, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
But then again, Lightning Collection is made for collectors. They want that to be collectors.
Yeah, it's in the name. It's in the name. But again, I still see it. It's like
Yeah. Honestly, if I was a kid and I had to choose between the Lightning Collection and the regular figure, I'd probably go for the Lightning Collection because I like the whole bending stuff.
the whole thing also was that just makes a figure cooler because as a kid you can put them in whatever your favorite poses are. Like
Yeah.
that's
Especially
kind
Power
of
Rangers. They have so many poses.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're right. Especially if you watch the show.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I want to do the crazy tiger hands.
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, we could transition with Ranger news. I mean, just to let you know that what's the word? Was it Frosted Frostings? Because of the what is it? Battle for the Grid League.
Yeah.
There's, I guess, there's tournament footage and stuff up. You can check it out on YouTube. I think it's from. I think the tournament happened. Maybe was it last week? The
Okay.
17th and 18th, I believe it was.
Yeah.
So there's starting to be lots of footage coming out on YouTube from different streamers and whatnot, and that I believe that was the start of their league.
Okay.
So they're going on now, up until Evo, which is I believe it's in August this year. not
Nice.
July.
I'm happy for it. Like it's gotten better. I still not like to play online. Like I could probably get 1 or 2 wins and that's about it. But the game is getting better. They're planning on another season pass too. So we'll see what happens with that.
Yes. So yeah, they have the details for it.
I would like to see Andros.
Yeah, man. And they have the standards and stuff. So if anybody's interested, I'll go with top 3 because I don't want to go too deep into it. That's it, bro. Is 6-0. He just straight swept.
A lot of those guys use Magnum Defender. That's like one core character.
See, he doesn't have his team here. No, it has his win-losses, but it doesn't have his team, unfortunately. But just to give them their props, Datic Bro was first, Sun Dula was second, and Bonacio, Fi Bonacio. Interesting name because it has like a bunch of zeros in front of it. But they're like the top 3 for the tournament. I would recommend just look that up on YouTube, Frosty Faustings.
Yeah.
And then Battle for the Grid. And I'm not sure if the entire thing is up because it was a side tournament.
Yeah.
So priority on side tournaments is kind of low, unfortunately. But there should be footage for it up there on YouTube. So check that out.
Cool.
And just support.
Yes.
Just support them because this is like they were babying this now. So
yeah, I'm happy for it. I'm happy. That game came a long way, so I'm very happy for it.
Mm-hmm.
And talking about Evo, fucking Leroy's kicking ass in Japan.
Oh, dude, I'm happy to see it for a little bit.
Yeah.
This is the first major tournament, and this is Evo Japan.
Mm-hmm.
That's going on this weekend, from the 24th to the 26th. So it's not timed at the same time as the American Evo.
Yeah.
Which is like in the summertime.
Yeah.
This is a normal thing. Usually the Evo is in January.
Okay.
So right now, basically every main game is going on. You got Smash, you have Street Fighter 5, you have Mortal Kombat 11. I think that's an aside. That's not a major for Japan.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat is not that big in Japan.
Tekken is like a main stage, main screen. Blaze Blue cross tag battle is a main stage, main screen. Samurai Showdown just had their finals and everything. I think yesterday.
Okay.
So they're all wrapped up. Had a surprise win. A player named Gamera used a character named Shiki.
Okay.
Which like the entire time nobody was talking about her.
Okay.
Like she talked about as having moves that were like leaving you unsafe and like just really suspect and not a great character.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about fighting games is that when the consensus is this character is bad, there's gonna be somebody out there who finds out how to make it work. And if you're not looking at that character, they're gonna get you. So that was pretty cool. Also, shout outs to another game that was there, Soul Calibur 6.
Yeah.
They had the grand finals, and an American actually beat Japan in the grand final with that, using Aswell, which is like the cheapest character in the game, basically.
Yeah.
But shout outs to them because they showed off a Japanese trailer revealing gameplay for Haomaru, which is the main character in Samurai Showdown.
Yeah.
So he's the 3rd cross character for this game. I know there's Geralt, there's 2B. That's it, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, because Soul Calibur always has a bunch of cross characters. Yeah, that's it. So he's the 3rd cross character. They have a cool trailer with him and Mitsurugi doing samurai stuff.
Nice.
I'm disappointed in the super they chose for him. It's the uppercut super where he does a combo with the uppercuts.
Okay.
Not the really big spin into that giant blast that he usually does that they did in like 2. It's usually the move he does in the Samurai Showdown series that usually breaks your weapon.
Yeah.
He does like this spin and his giant like bluish white explosion is on his sword. That looks cooler, but whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just glad he's in the game because like, yes, please more fighting game collaborations. We like those.
Yep. Cool.
He's season 3. There's 2 more characters left in that season.
Okay.
Not disappointing like Smash's last character. I'm taking shots. Whatever. Should have been Dante.
Fire Emblem.
Should have been Dante. Just saying.
Okay. Oh man, Fire Emblem. It's killing Smash Brothers. Too many fucking characters. Like, I don't even want the fucking deal. Like, I won't wait till the other 6 are announced because I'm not. If I swear to God, if it's 3 more Fire Emblem characters and out of the 6, I'm gonna go to Japan and punch him in the face.
Oh lord.
I'm going to Japan. I'm gonna punch him in the face. I'm gonna say, stop that.
You might have to get it live.
Yeah.
And also in fighting game news,
I'm doing what Brock Lesnar did to Ricochet. I'm gonna kick him in the dick.
Wow.
Stop the Fire Emblem, motherfucker.
Sakurai's a good. Sakurai's a good team. Don't do
He deserves a kick, at least one kick though. Deserves one. Like he gets praise for Banjo Kazooie, and then all the Fire Emblem people, he deserves a kick.
Oh man, damn.
Yeah, you could have just made one character all the Fire Emblem people, and I think it would have been perfectly fine. They all play the same.
Practically, they could have. You know that.
Yeah, they all play the same.
Yeah, basically all of them except one. I think that's the magic one, because the magic one doesn't have a sword.
So, all right. So you're talking about Smash Brothers and stuff like that. Who will be one of your dream characters of the 6 people they announced?
Here's my realistic that they should do this, and it's taking too long. It's Dante.
Dante. Okay.
But dream character that I know they'd never put because it's too obscure of a character, or there's not enough fan want.
Yeah.
I think would be like Dark Souls guy.
Okay.
Or Dark Souls girl or whatever. Just like the main character from Dark Souls, the guy from the cover.
Okay.
The iconic dude, or Solaire or something. Like, I want some weird, but like this would make the internet explode if it happened. I would love Solaire in freaking Smash Brothers.
You want to know who I want?
Okay.
That'll be a mind blowing, and I think it will be like holy shit moment.
Mm-hmm.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
That's more realistic than you think. I think that could happen.
I would love to see that.
It would break the internet, definitely.
Because Injustice, man, that trailer with Injustice, when they fucking came out, I fucking jumped out my seat for that shit.
It's real good. It's up there with like top crossovers ever. Because can't really beat that.
I would love to see the Turtles in Smash Brothers.
I would too.
Because I want the Turtles to get revenge for all the Koopa Troopers that Mario killed over the years.
Okay. And that's the trailer. That's the trailer. You think it's gonna be a Koopa Trooper, and then it ends up being a Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, there you go. I'm perfect with that. Yeah, that's 100%.
That'd be cool. Moving right along in fighting game DLC news, there's the Joker in MK11. He had his combat cast, which is what they call it when the developers, they have like a video podcast where they sit down and they share tidbits about the character.
Yeah, I watched.
They go on
Maximilian.
Okay. Oh yeah, he did his little after. Yeah, because he watches along, right?
Yeah.
So they do like their reasons for something. They give you like in-depth info for people who are into the fighting game, like scene and whatnot. So it's really good to watch those if you care about them especially on like a tournament level.
Yeah.
Because that every new character represents a new threat if you play it like competitively, because you gotta look out for this stuff.
Okay.
But just if you want to know, do I want to play with this character at all? It's a very good look. Like, I think they did a very good job with Sindel, and I hadn't get to see the entire one of the Joker. I got to only hear them talk about Joker, so I still have to watch them play.
Okay.
But from what I've seen, he looks different from the Injustice Joker.
Yeah.
Which I think already is just, I'm happy. No recycled animation and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they changed, and honestly, he looks a lot different than the first demo of him when they first revealed him.
Yeah. Yes, they gave him a more angular face. You could definitely see.
Yeah, they try to make him look like a mixture of the Jokers. He looks like the animated series a little bit. He has a little bit of Joaquin Phoenix. He has a little bit of Jack Nicholson in a way. His way they just gave him they just made him like a magnum of all of them.
Yes, and so I think the most recent trailer is the one for not only Joker but skins.
Yeah.
So they have skins for other characters. I think Baraka gets Killer Croc. I think it might be Katana.
Yeah, she has Catwoman.
Is it Katana Catwoman? Yes. And then they have the Joker Who Laughs?
Yeah, they have him. I forgot what character has him.
Yeah. Like, they don't show exactly all of them. They show the Baraka in the show.
Oh, new Cybot.
Oh, that's new Cybot?
Yeah, it's new Cybot.
because he's peeking. I see him in the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Oh, that's really cool. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That might be actually better than the Joker. I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Still waiting on.
So that's some pretty cool stuff. Yeah, he looks cool, but not as cool as Spawn looks. That's all I gotta say.
I'm still waiting
When's
for Spawn. Like
One
Spawn
more
1 more month
All right, cool.
in March.
Another thing that happened in between the week was Guilty Gear. I believe it's Strive is what the next one is called.
Yeah.
They show gameplay of the, you might know him as the man with the bag on his head,
Okay.
Faust.
Okay.
So now they redesigned him to be more like what he is in the story, because he's always a jovial doctor, but he's supposed to be this kind of creepy, like mad scientist almost.
Okay.
Never really had that vibe of being a creepy scientist.
Mm-hmm.
He just seemed like a complete goofball, and now they've redesigned his movements and stuff to not get rid of his old moveset, but they've evolved it with the way he looks now, and it looks really good. Like, I recommend checking it out.
Cool.
I think Maximilian did a breakdown of that too.
Okay, I was
So
going to check it out.
And then there was an event, I believe, where they showed gameplay, and they've changed up a major system in Guilty Gear, and it's kind of one of the things that separates Guilty Gear and anime games from other games.
Yeah.
And they did a major change to the air dashing.
Okay.
And people are losing their fucking minds, because like the reason they're losing their minds is because that's one of the nicknames of the Guilty Gear series. They call it air dashers.
Okay.
So what they're doing now, it seems more precise almost,
Okay.
where like you blink out of existence for some of the characters, like, and just end up next to people. So it's like you get instant transmission for some characters.
Okay.
Like, not all of them I think they show are that thing, but they did show it off. So there might be a complete system overhaul for that, and I'm interested to see how they do it, how they flesh it out. But right now it just looks weird.
Okay. Well, we'll see. When it comes out.
They shaking it up. Actually, no, I don't even know.
No.
It doesn't have a. I don't think it has a date.
Okay. Probably sometime this
I-
year.
They say there'll be a playable demo actually this weekend
Okay.
for Japan. So that's the first video I saw of the new air dash change,
Okay.
and that was yesterday because Evo started yesterday. So they says, and I'm on the website Event Hubs, which is like the primary fighting game news site.
Yeah.
So there'll be one more demo in Japan on the 8th. So that's probably when the next bit of information will come out.
Okay.
I'm staying tuned to that because I like Guilty Gear, but I'm definitely excited to see that it's not just going to be the same thing again.
Yeah, that's good.
So what they going to do, I want to know.
It's gonna be interesting. We'll see what they do with that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So,
Anything else, Mark? Because
that's all I got.
pretty much got one more thing. We can wrap it up. So there's a lot of, I guess, final promotion coming out for Sonic the Hedgehog the movie.
Yes.
So I've seen there's a new trailer that shows different scenes. It's all right. It didn't sell me more in the movie. It just has slightly better music.
Okay.
It's not the weird remix of Gangsta's Paradise.
Super
and
Sonic.
yeah, I know. And then they show it's called Speed Me Up, and it's the main music video for the Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's starring Wiz Khalifa, Ty Dolla $ign, Lil Yachty, and Swayco the Child. Like, I don't know I know who Ty Dolla $ign. But I'm not familiar with Lil Yachty and Swayco the Child. I thought Swayzo was a monster in Monster Ranch.
You sound like
Yeah. It is, but it's good to see. I kid. It's an alright video. I think it would have been better if the video actually didn't have the rappers in it and like had like a picture, or it had them morph into the characters once and then never went back. Because it just looks odd to have them superimposed just rapping in front of like 16-bit stuff at some points.
Yeah.
But they do a really cool thing in which they have a video game for the music video.
Okay.
Like they basically go into the game and it's Wiz Khalifa running with Sonic and whatnot, and like they have like an original background and all that stuff. So there was work done, and there's some cool parts to it, but it's still just an awkward movie tie-in. Song's all right though.
Okay. Super Sonic.
That's all I have to say. It's called Speed Me Up.
Okay.
Watch maybe just a Wiz Khalifa line, and you'll get the gist of whether or not you'll care about the video. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's it.
That's it.
That's it. Are you going to see Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yes. I was telling the guys we should do a group thing.
That second trailer made me realize that this is a kids movie. A lot of people are not gonna like this movie.
Yeah.
Like after seeing that, you should definitely watch the second trailer.
I'm excited for it. Like I saw the at least with the new animation and shit. I'm like all for the movie.
I recommend watch that second trailer. It's because the vibe that the first one presented was more of a snarky, sarcastic, almost like the Sonic you always know from the games.
Yeah.
And the second one is like really, really a little more lighthearted than even what we know.
Okay.
And it's just like it feels more like, yes, I know it's Sonic. Yes, I know it's for children, even though it has the nostalgic heartstrings.
Yeah.
Now I feel like it's more for children.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people just aren't gonna like it.
Yeah. I'm excited for it. Like I love Sonic. So, and then from what I've seen and the fact that Jim Carrey's like doing comedy and shit, I think I'm more excited to see him as Robotnik than anything in the movie. And I know he's gonna kill it.
I feel like it's gonna be like a really good episode of Sonic Boom.
Yeah.
That's what I feel, and that's all I can really ask for.
Yeah.
Is a little bit of clever writing inside that movie. That's it.
I think they're gonna be guy. I think it's gonna be good.
I don't think it's gonna be bad at all. I
think it's gonna be a good movie. I think it's gonna surprise people.
Yeah.
It's gonna be it's gonna be like very entertaining.
Definitely.
It's not gonna win awards or anything.
Like, oh, you could this a long time ago.
Yeah.
That's what I feel.
Yeah.
And people were too cynical. You know how it is.
I honestly, even if they didn't change the design, I was still gonna go see it.
Yeah, but it was a dumpster fire I wanted to watch burn.
Yeah, exactly. So either way, I was gonna see this movie, but now I'm just more excited to see it than before. I was just like reluctant to see it. I'm like, oh, I gotta see this shit. Now I'm just like, I really want to see this shit.
You wanted to see it between your fingers.
Yeah. Like
sitting there, like, ugh, I can't really look at this.
Yeah.
Now it's like, all right, I can watch this whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's gonna be fun.
Oh man, it's painful how terrifying that old Sonic design really is.
Yeah.
Like, dude, he's scary.
Yeah,
they can make a horror movie with that old Sonic. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it was kind of creepy.
All right, Bert. That's about it.
Yeah.
So, thank you for listening to another episode of the It Gets Better, I Swear podcast. I have been your host, Louis Beans, here with Merc with the mic.
No more doppelgangers.
Oh, no.
Oh, last but not least, I just want to shout out like Tom McFarlane DC figures are out. They're crazy big. They're fucking huge. Like I picked up Batman because it was the animated series Batman.
They're about how big?
They're heavy. Like they're like I'll say they're about 7 to 8 inches.
Okay.
Someone knocked on my door.
All right.
Well, so wrap it up. Go ahead, wrap it up.
Yeah, I'll wrap it up. So like I said, thank you for listening to the It Gets Better, I Swear podcast. Make sure you follow us on anything and everything, social media and otherwise. We are on Twitter, Instagram. We have a Facebook group as well. You can listen to these podcasts on YouTube and our SoundCloud. And what else we got? We got a Tumblr and we have a WordPress.
Yes.
Make sure you check them all out at RedCycloneInc. So it's the same thing everywhere. No excuses. Yes. So, and where can they catch you at, Merc?
You can catch me on just YouTube, SoundCloud, Twitch TV, Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, all Merc with the mic, and also the Facebook page and the Wrestling Babble page on Facebook. The Facebook page of the Wrestling Battle and the RedCycloneInc page on Facebook. We're very active on that. There's 2 live pay-per-views today and tomorrow, so we'll be very active with the polls and everything like that today. And that's it.
Yes, yes.
People are interrupting that shit. Stone Cold Thunder, that motherfucker.
Down out, down out, down out.
Right. Oh,
All right.
Running for Congress. Fuck you.
Jinkies for the Royal Rumble. Jinkies is gonna enter.
Jinky's gonna enter with the Big Show.
Number 3.
Yo, I just sent a picture of a pin that had like Big Show on the car.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pin of Big Show on the fucking station wagon attacking Big Show. Attacking
Really?
Boss Man. Yeah. It's fucking stupid. I'll send it to you. It's
That's terrible.
yeah.
Oh, it's the best. He drags that poor man's casket.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Once again, thank you for listening.
Yeah. Peace out.
And remember, follow the Jinkies.
With sandwiches.
He's got them all over.
If you have a hover car, you can use that too. That's the picture.